Me today on my final live stream from this humble abode. Behind me, as you can see, I've got dogs, I've got bags. We're clearing it out because in 1 week's time, almost to the hour, we'll be flying out to go back to Scotland, and we're going to, after 19 years, I'll be moving back to live in the area of Edinburgh, and hopefully to carry on my pain management and help with people in Scotland. So tonight we are going to be talking about the practicalities of moving from where you are to the next step with chronic pain. Something came up today, it just got me thinking on this subject. And it can be summarized as this, every journey is just simply one step at a time. Because wherever you are in this path, maybe you're listening to this tonight on YouTube or Instagram, and you've actually got no knowledge of the neuroscience of chronic pain. Because if you've stuck in the regular medical system, there's not much of this talk going along with the medical treatments. So you may have no awareness that your brain can change, and you can actually change the program that's been created in there over many years, from childhood, infancy, even fetal life, right up into this present moment. And it's because of epigenetics we know this is true, because your thoughts and your feelings, your responses to life events are either one of safety and flourishing and growth and repair, or it's the opposite. You get alerted, you get alarmed, and then you kind of shut down or become dissociative, removed from your environment. And that's the fight-flight response, and the freeze response is that more dissociative state where you're just disconnected from yourself. The ACE studies that came out in 1998 was really the first study to confirm that chronic stress, traumas, and we're talking not particularly about being raped or your parents divorcing. These are major traumas for kids, but simple things, little things, cumulatively over time can build up that fight-flight response. And it's amazing that although we're taught the basics of this in medical school, and what we are taught is that the autonomic nervous system is a balance between the parasympathetic and the sympathetic. So the parasympathetic is this rest and digest, this calm, safe place where children flourish, where adults flourish. And it's the opposite, where the fight-flight, there's danger and there's threat, and you kind of freeze. And it's, I just realized that this week, learned this week that it's 100 years that this simple approach to the autonomic nervous system was thought to be the case, but there's a lot more to it than this all or nothing, one or the other side. And there's a hierarchy that goes on, clearly described by the polyvagal theory by Stephen Porges, which I talked about last week. So so whether you're at the beginning of this journey of awareness that you can change, because if the thoughts and feelings that are going on all the time in your body are creating peptides or proteins or information molecules in the body, then go into the blood around the body and up into the cells, into the DNA of the cell, and therefore programming your cells. So we're constantly being programmed. And this ACE study showed that the more traumas you have, the higher the score, and they only looked at 10 basic traumas. The higher the score, the more diseases. So it affects your neurology, your endocrinology, your systems of the body. So you get things like diabetes, heart disease, strokes, addictions, early deaths, all because your environment shapes your DNA. So when you flip it around, when you create new thoughts, when you create new feelings, on a step-by-step basis, and this is what I'm touching on today, step-by-step basis, then you can walk forward and change it one step at a time. Once a child has been traumatized, they're changed forever. They can heal with loving, supporting connections around you, around them. But it takes time. And it takes consistency from the family or the friends or the system that's there to help them heal. You know, it's amazing that what we're talking about tonight is quite foreign to the medical system yet. I'm amazed the more I study, the more I research, the more I read about this subject, the more disconnected it is from mainstream education. So, you know, it's our job here online to those who know about this, who teach this, who practice it in their daily lives, practice it with their clients and patients, to be sharing. This is why you get all this stuff on YouTube, on Kindle and Audible, and all these different sources, online podcasts. This is the kind of the crux of our message, is that you can change your brain. So if you're at the start of this journey, don't be discouraged that you're not getting very far. Okay, you've got lots of pain, but you can do it. But just start where you are. Focus on your breath. The easiest thing I think to do is just focus on your breath. Take your awareness onto your breath and follow it for a while. Your pain levels will likely go down. You can distract and go for a walk. If you can't walk too far, just do what you can. Give yourself a pat on the back. Because these small steps are victories, and at the end of the day, they can change your life. You may be well down the path and you know what I'm talking about. Your pain is drastically reduced. And what I'd say to you is be careful, because in the future, stuff's going to happen, life's going to happen to you, and you will have more neurological side effects from life, as it were. Your nervous system, if it's been programmed for pain, then it's going to get programmed again into different things. It could be numbness in a foot that all of a sudden comes up. It could be ringing in the ears or tinnitus. It could be some vertigo. It could be a variety of things. IBS, or interstitial cystitis, or like an irritable bladder type situation. Could be other traumas, other accidents, fractures, other things happening in your life. Social things, environmental things. Just when you think it's bad, or it's getting better, it just gets bad again. Life will always throw things at us, and what happens is the nervous system kicks in and will give you a weird symptom, most likely. But just apply the principles that I talk about. Don't freak out. Go back to basics. Do some affirmations, do some writing. Express it on paper. What are you feeling? Put it on paper. Rip it up. Put it in the garbage. Tell yourself you're safe. I'm safe. I'm safe. I'm safe. Tell yourself I'm enough. One of the core beliefs that we have as humans is we're not enough, which is absolute BS, because we are enough. But we've been programmed into that, the way we've been brought up. And it's nobody's fault. Our parents did the best they could, but based on how their parents was raised, based on how their parents were based, how they were raised, and on and on. And it's very difficult to change that. And you'll know what I'm talking about if you're a parent. Not easy. But yeah, there's hope. The hope is the science is now here to prove the facts that we can heal. Brain can change. The pain can be reduced. And as one person said to me today, I don't think I'll ever get rid of my pain. And that's maybe true for them. But I encourage you just to do one step at a time. And don't focus on that too much. Just focus on the next moment. And then the next moment. And then the next moment. And if you think you've figured that stuff out, well, good on you. Because even the people who practice mindfulness all the time, they never do it full time, 100%. It's not possible. But that's not important. What's important is you keep trying, you keep being present. Bring it back to what are you thinking? What are you feeling? What are your hands doing right now? What are your feet doing when you walk to the bathroom? As you reach for a cup out of the cupboard? How's the grip on your hand? And it's endless. If you break it down into what you're doing physically, how you're feeling, what you're thinking, take in your five senses and break it down into small steps of awareness, you're literally changing how your nervous system is, because we do need to slow down. We do need to slow down on the inside and allow this nervous system to relax, because our culture and our current system in the world is not allowing us to relax. It's our job to take some time out and to do that. Okay, well, there you go. That's my share for tonight. Thank you all for joining, the familiar faces and the familiar names. It's good to see you. And next time I'm on these platforms, I probably will do it in the airport. I'm going to try and do it in the airport anyway next week. And I'm not going to go away from online. I'm going to be continuing my Facebook group called Healing Chronic Pain. It's live streaming every night. I welcome you to join that. I've got over 1,200 people now, and numbers are growing, so it's fantastic. And I plan to continue this as I move on to Scotland with my kids, onto a new life, a new start. So there you go. Okay, well, thank you so much, everybody. You take care. God bless. Take care. Bye-bye. Thanks for joining the course. I look forward to seeing you next time.